Hello, today's problem is on this nice Evo with the fuel filler cap. Now the surround of the filler cap isn't clipping into the pipe inside the car. It's not lining up, so it's not holding the pipe tight and there's a smell of fuel inside the car. So what we're going to have to do is get inside the car and see what the problem is. So I've removed the spare wheel. We need to get this trim off and get to the pipe behind it. There's a little screw there. There's usually a plastic trim on there, but there isn't on this car. There are two 10mm bolts up here, so we'll get those out, get this out. As we always with an Integrale, there's lots of hidden screws, so we'll find them and we'll get that undone and get that trim off. So that's that. Got the two 10mm out. Now at the front of that trim here, there's another bolt. So we've got to get the seat holder off and the bolster trim to access the bolt in here. So let's get that done. Right, that's the screw, that's it, that's one out of there, that's a 10mm head. Okay, so we can remove this now, that piece, that can go, and we can see where we're up to. Now we need to remove this little screw here, so we'll do that. Put that carefully down. We can take that off. So the last item to release, we had to remove the cover, is the passenger rear seat belt. 17mm, undone. Undo that, and then the canopy can be removed. So that's what we're looking at. Now, this, when it's strapped in correctly, doesn't line up, so it needs to clip. What happens on the outside, there's a seal, and then this ring clips in and secures the filler, so it only clipped by these four little clips here, so it needs to be lined up perfectly. Well, it's not, so let's see what we can do. So I've released this Jubilee clip. I've released the Jubilee clip at the bottom, so we can draw the expansion tank out. Okay, we'll put that to one side. I'll get a bit of cardboard and I'll cover this pipe hole up because we don't want any dirt going in the fuel tank. So that's covered up. So the next thing we need to do is to remove this from here. I've taken the Jubilee clip off, so it's pretty tight, so I'm going to give that a few yanks, and I'll come back in when it's done. Right, I've released this from its pipe. That's old, rock hard, and really gripping onto here. So you can't use a hot air gun because you've got the fuel tank right there. So you've got to ease it off carefully, but you must be careful not to break that fitting off the collar here, because you'll never get another one of those. So that's the pipe, which is supposed to be flexible. Of course it's not, it's rock hard. You can't get them from AE car. Eddie hasn't had them remade yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on YouTube, find a way to soften that. And what I'll do is I'll put this into the car and put the collar on the outside first, make sure the filler is secure on the outside, and then we'll put the expansion tank into here and work backwards after we've secured the outer fitting. So I'll get on with that and I'll see you in a minute. Right, that's secure. I did look at YouTube. There were several bizarre ways to soften rubber which might work. It'd take 2 weeks. So I left the rubber in a bucket of boiling water while I went to have my lunch, and it seems to be okay. That went on all right. Now, the knob there isn't quite in its hole, and I've had to back off the rubber a little on the pipes to get the outside to seat, but it is seated. That's in place, that's good. So the strap's tight, so that's all together. Bottom hose is done up, so that's all okay. So now I can put the cover back on and do it up in the reverse order of what it came off, which is obviously quite important. So that'll be okay for now. Should be all right for a good few miles. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.